Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
In the entire cutscene, I was able to eat my whole yogurt. No wonder this game has 20 hours worth of cutscenes. Just wolf whistle at the chocobo.
This won't be easy.
God, that is a ways off. Yep.
You deserve a rest. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. It's over.
Don't sleep on the job. Ooh, hello.
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader.
Damn. Wake up, did you? Shit. I don't think I care much for that orb. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Come on.
There. Got the bastard. That's not good. Oh, they're only little baby ones.
Nice try.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna take that ice orb thing off. Not a big fan of that one.
Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins, a duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
But first, Let's unlearn that one. Get rid of that as well. Oh right, we can teleport over there. And before I forget, let's buy some more healing items too.
Are you buying or selling? Anything else? Of course.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty.
Bro really just said hold this L. Ice Age. Okay, we got one left. And then we can push on with the plot again.
What's happened?
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
Sure.
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Yes, you do.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
Pommel on that sword is fucking massive.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then.
Oh, Randalar.
And better not.
Down there. Ah, just gotta walk.
Eloise waiting.
Something tells me this side quest will end happily because the last two didn't.
Looks like this is the end of the road.
When are they gonna let us through?
Oh my god, it just appears from nowhere.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Oops. Are we doing this? Alright.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. But they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Hold on, Theo.
Damn. Oh, well, we can take this route instead.
Good girl.
The bird is just camouflaged into all the walls. Like that guy from the film Toy.
Time to fight. That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
Don't think you've seen it. It's an old film from like the 90s. I want to say 90s. I believe it's just called Toy. It had a video game based on it as well, but not a very good one, I don't think. And it had oh God, I've forgotten his name. Robin Williams was the main character in the film. It's quite a nice film. It's probably very strange now though. There's a lot of like weird, quirky little choices in the film. It's about this toy factory that like the owner passes away, and I think his two sons are kind of like,
where are you, Theo?
Try to figure out what to do with it, or like try to get control of it, because they have different visions for what they want to do with it. And one of them's like super military themed, and he's just like he was never able to get into the army or something, I don't know. So this is his chance to make like military toys and stuff, and the other one's just like, let's just make toys because they're fun. Quite a nice film. But yeah, I imagine if you were to watch it now, you'd probably be like, this is kind of weird. God, look at them all. Well, alright. Hey guys,
These
you
creatures have already
wanna
turned.
come a little closer, yeah? Yeah, that's what I thought. I killed them all. Damn.
Don't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
1992, yeah. It's a really nice film. Thank you for the like, Freed. Why did that do so little monster damage that time? He's taking damage, just very, very little. Bro, it's got those Rathian moveset. You just realised that lurk command can be funny. It's a weird one. Yeah.
Clive? Theodore. You won't be worried.
See, DG said it. Hey, I'm innocent. Oh no!
We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Dude, the past 3 side quests have just been massive L's.
Theo! Theo!
My guess is they really want to build up the emotional tension for the last like part of the game. Mop, thank you. 16 already. What? Thank you. What the heck? 16 months? Why would you subscribe to me? I don't understand. Makes no sense.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied.
Afro, thank you for the raid.
Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another.
Are you enjoying 16, Afro?
Whatever was necessary to continue.
Ginge, thank you for the follow.
Together, and you always would have.
Thank you for doing the shout out too.
All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together.
It's so good, isn't it, Afro?
Oh, Theo, why did you have to?
I don't know how far the game is my lifeline right now. We're quite far in it. I don't know if people want to avoid spoilers or whatever, but you're just slightly ahead. This side mission hurt me. Yeah,
I
man.
know Theo wanted me to move on.
The past few side quests have just been like, just
continue our work.
had bad endings. Do you know what I mean?
We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be.
Emotional torture, yeah. But it'll all pay off, hopefully, in the end.
Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life
Damn,
I
man,
will
this
always
game.
choose.
It's really good, isn't it? It really makes you like empathize with the people of the world, which I actually really respect, because
Let's go
I
on
don't think the
together,
other
then.
Final Fantasies I've played have done that. But in this game, yeah. I'm curious, Afro, what's the you probably need to rush. I know how it is after stream. Scarlet Cyclone. But what setup do you have? Like, what icons do you use? This is what I've got. Let me show you. So I use Phoenix because I love Phoenix Shift. Ignition because it's alright. Flames of Rebirth because it's pretty damn good when you upgrade it. Cold Snap, I like that. Ice Age because I don't know, I don't really think there's much else that I want to use. Diamond Dust is really good as well. There's so much like posture damage. And then there's Titan because I love the guard. And the wind up is really strong. And Earth and Fury is really strong too. So yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, we've done all the side quests. It's back onto the main plot. Let's do it. Welcome in, Ginge. Welcome in, Afro. Welcome in, Raiders. My name's DG. Sometimes I'm a VTuber, sometimes I'm not. Depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes I do challenge runs, but most of the time we do new playthroughs, so like story playthroughs like we're doing now, of new titles, and showcasing indie games. That's a big thing we do as well.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Yeah, right, Ginge. There's so many
Here's
side
everything
quests.
we've received and everything promised.
Okay.
Best of luck out
So
there,
many.
Sid.
But I'm hoping that's the last of them. But we'll see. Alright, visit the infirmary. If you want to know about the challenge runs I've done stuff in the past, like I beat Sekiro with one finger. I can play 2 copies of Dark Souls, one hand on each pad, all sorts of wacky stuff.
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Yeah. You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Oh, Dion. Not used to the English voices. I kind of enjoy the English voices because of the different accents you hear. Nameless Slum. Let's find Dion. Let's recruit him to our cause. Let's fuse Bahamut and Ifrit.
What is this place?
Don't move.
Frozen. If memory serves, Ginge, the Square Enix put out a tweet a while back asking players in Japan to play in English because I believe it was like first dubbed in English, and the lip sync of the AI they use to lip sync is programmed to lip sync to the English voices.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
Honestly, I'm quite surprised about the number of people who have been in chat and not really played or known much about the Final Fantasy series. Not that I've played them all. I've only beaten a handful, but it's always been a series that's been quite present in my family ever since like FF7 onwards.
Shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
It's that girl who's trying to sell all her
And
medicine
sell them,
this whole
or
time.
try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Hey Proxy, what's up? Well, if you like story playthroughs, Ginge, we do a lot of that on this stream.
Of course. I'm healed.
Something that I try to do
Thanks to you.
a lot is play titles on
You
release,
promised to come back and visit.
so we can enjoy the stories together. Because genuinely, one of my favorite things as a streamer is seeing like the story unfold and then crescendo, and we as a community all feel that same like emotional beat, and it just it's honestly one of my favorite things.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Oh, Monotorious monsters. I'm gonna continue doing these off stream, these Notorious monsters. Yeah.
I still say it were a compliment.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long?
No worries, Ginge. Take it easy.
Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tharm, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped, and Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Good night, Messa.
You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I think that might be you, Otto.
Covered in nicks and
If you're talking about Joshua, well, they're brothers, but from different mothers. And if you're talking about Barnabas, I mean, they both have dark hair. Beyond that, I don't really know.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Wade? I'm not sure who Wade is, sorry. But that might be me because I'm not, my memory's terrible.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Look at me.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Is this the point of no return? Make sure I've got all my inventory.
We've run out of Papillon.
Go on then. You'll not find a better price than that.
1KO automatically restores all HP, fills limit gauge, increases attack bar by 10% and defense 30. 20k? Yeah, I'll buy it.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I am certain we will find what we seek in Ash, and learn the truth of Ultima's origin.
Oh shit, another side quest? Fuck right up.
How do you split the sea?
Exactly. Big copium.
Please. My Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
Of course.
For Joshua. Anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it? The stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood?
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
For Joshua. To be fair, it looks like it's the only side quest, so like, it's not like they've thrown like another 8 at me again. It feels like we're really coming towards the end of the game though.
Come on.
I'm really hoping Otto will just be like, yo, save the game here, because there's no turning back.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonerwort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals.
Kashik Geigas, huh?
Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Oops. Oops. pinned against the wall. Fuck me. That wasn't so bad. Or Sid appears in Clive's dream smoking the longest cigar till you're safe because there's no turning back. Sid's like, so you know smoking kills. And
here it is.
And you're gonna die too if you don't save here right now.
Alright. That should do it.
That was like one of the easiest side quests I've done in quite a while. And you know what? I'm not complaining. That was like the least amount of dialogue. Not even like difficulty. Just the least amount of dialogue I've had in a side quest in a while.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Good thing you quit smoking. Congratulations. I never started.
Yote, I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alright, one last check for side quests on this map. Oh, I think we got them all. And I hope that's all of them, to be honest.
Is something wrong?
Not at all. Honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
Alright. Something tells me this isn't necessarily going to be the end of the game. Like, this part. There's going to be, like, a thing after this. So, what I'm going to do... I can't save right now. Okay, I want to check something. I'm going to save and close the game to see what percentage we're at. To give me an idea of how close we are. Because I haven't even had dinner yet. I've had a yogurt, so let's figure out what the plan is. We're at 87%. So we've gone up like 6% in the past 5 hours.